Okay, whoa. I know that Oscar ratings have been down lately, but I was not expecting this. Who else watched the Oscars live last night? Anyone? Just me? Literally just me? It's okay if there's not a lot of you because I know a lot of people just like to, you know, catch the highlights on social media the next day. But for the few of you who did watch live, please let me know in the comments down below right now before I dive into everything. If you watched it live, did you immediately think that was real? Did you think it was fake? What went through your mind when Will Smith walked on stage and slapped Chris Rock across the face as hard as he could on a live national television broadcast on Hollywood's biggest night? Whoa, this is crazy. I was not expecting that. What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Lauren. If you're new here, I cover all things pop culture and positivity. Let's dive into this. Make sure you're subscribed if you're not. So there I was, Sunday night, watching the Oscars with my boyfriend Matt. He's in an Oscar pool and he was like, do you want to watch it live? And I was like, sure. I never normally watch the Oscars live. I like to wait till DVR so I can fast forward through the commercials, but I was like, sure. I'll bring my paint by numbers. I'll have a glass of wine. I'll get to see Coda win Best Picture and it'll be great. Little did I know that I was about to witness one of the biggest Oscar blunders that has ever happened, arguably, on television. Ever. I'm sure you're seeing the memes all over social media, all of the articles. Let's dive into what happened here. I mean, I just kind of threw this script together because I just need to give you my fully uncensored thoughts, and then we're going to watch the entire thing, uncensored footage, in just a little bit. Because if you watched in America, you did not really see the full extent of what happened. So we're watching the Oscars. Matt and I were sitting there, and then suddenly Chris Rock comes on stage to present the nominations for Best Documentary Feature. And Matt and I were like, oh, look, it's Chris Rock. Look at the jacket. He looks great. And then he gets up there and starts to make some jokes as he normally does. Best Documentary Feature wasn't really a category that I was super well versed in. I was just kind of doing my paint by numbers, living life, looked up to watch Chris Rock make some jokes. Well, knowing Chris Rock, he just likes to, you know, throw out random jokes, funny jokes, not funny jokes, offensive jokes. Chris Rock turns to Jada, who's right in front of him, like directly eye-line in front of him, and says, Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it, all right? When I first heard these words come out of Chris Rock's mouth, I was like, oh, Jada Pinkett Smith arrived on the red carpet with this gorgeous gown, and she had her head shaved, which isn't an uncommon look for her, so I kind of was like, oh, he's making a reference to her short haircut. Sure, whatever. The camera then pans to Jada Pinkett Smith, who looks visibly pissed off. Her eyes are rolled, she's just very mad. And then suddenly, Will Smith appears on stage. You know, Will Smith, your favorite, like, family-friendly A-list celebrity, Wild Wild West. Yeah, that guy. Walks on stage, Chris Rock is like laughing and is like, oh, here he is, the guy of the night. And then bam, Will Smith smacks Chris Rock across the face as hard as he can, live on television. And then he walks off stage and Chris just like awkwardly laughs. At first, Matt was like, this has to be a skit or something, and I was like, no. As someone who loves watching live Hollywood events like this, I immediately knew this was real. This was a real thing. You could tell the look on Chris Rock's face after he got manhandled by Will Smith in front of millions of viewers. Chris Rock started to laugh, and suddenly the American broadcast cut out, and that something was happening at the Dolby Theater at that moment that we did not get a chance to see. Matt was next to me being like, no way, this is so fake, this is so staged, and I was like, nuh-uh, let's go to Twitter. This is crazy. This is going to be everywhere tomorrow. And here we are. My predictions were correct. This is one of the craziest live television moments that honestly has happened probably since Kanye West stormed up on stage and took Taylor Swift's moment. Seriously, I think that these two moments are so comparable, unexpected. I am not gonna sit here and compare which was worse, but like, this was crazy. And so just immediately, because I knew that this was real, I went right to Twitter and bam, there it was. The uncensored version on Australian TV that I actually got a chance to tweet out. If you haven't followed me on Twitter, make sure you are. I also immediately took to Instagram stories and I was like, what is happening? Who else is watching this? This is crazy. Because we were not able to see the full broadcast of what actually happened, I'm going to watch it back with you right here, right now, before we dive even deeper. Prepare yourselves in case you haven't seen this footage yet because it's crazy. So Chris Rock first mentions Will Smith in a different joke, okay? That's how this whole thing starts.
He is praying that Will Smith wins, like, please, Lord, Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right?
There it is. Jada's pissed. You know what's interesting? Will Smith is laughing. He is laughing at the joke, which I will be honest, when there's cameras on you, your initial reaction might not be how you really feel. It's just your ha ha ha, there's cameras on me, right?
Yeah, G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right?
She looks pissed. Will Smith is laughing. Chris turns to the camera,
That was a nice
comments on his joke.
I'm out here. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, here he is. Oh, laughing.
Oh, wow.
We're watching it again.
Nice one. Okay.
Oh my
I'm
God.
out here.
I can't believe this is real.
Richard.
Uh-oh.
Wow.
And then Will Smith walks off and is just smiling. He has his hand on his belt like he's proud of this. Chris Rock is stunned.
Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
And then Will Smith leaves a warning that the whole Dolby Theater can hear. He's not wearing a microphone, people. This is his voice.
Wow, dude. It was a G.I. Jane joke.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth!
Look at Lupita Nyong'o behind him. I cannot. Oh my God, she is all of us in this moment.
I'm going to, okay?
I have to hear it again.
It was a G.I. Jane joke.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth!
I'm going to, okay? Okay.
Let's listen to this phrase that came out of Chris Rock's mouth just now.
Okay. That was a greatest night in the history of television. Okay. Okay.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. That happened, and that's insane. This is so crazy. Now, let's dive into this a little deeper. I keep saying dive because I just have no other words for this. There's just so much to unpack. So something that I was unaware of that you might not know either is that Jada Pinkett Smith suffers from alopecia, an autoimmune disease that causes hair loss. In 2018, on an episode of Jada's Red Table Talk, she shared with her followers the terrifying moments that she realized she was losing handfuls of hair and had no idea why. Now, as I was sitting there watching this unfold live, I did not know that at all. What's interesting is the audience kind of knew. Like the celebrities had like a delayed like ha ha ha, oh ha 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 ha, and I was kind of like, I'm not picking up what anyone's laying down here. I didn't know that. You know, I want to fully give you all of my thoughts on this thing because I might say things you might not agree with right now, but just give me 1 second. Although I do think and fully believe that Chris Rock's joke was wildly inappropriate, I do not think that violence should have been the answer, Will Smith. There were so many different ways that you could have gone about handling this, dude. You were literally sitting in row 1, seat 1. Do you want to know why? Because you were favored to win Best Actor. That's why you were sitting in that very important seat, and this is what you chose to do 10 minutes before the award was announced. Literally 10 minutes. I believe that Will Smith owes so many people apologies, and the one apology I don't see anyone talking about online is the apology that he owes to Questlove, who went on to win Best Documentary Feature right after this slapping incident. The slap heard round the world. Like, I love Questlove, and I know that you probably do too, and I feel like no one really had a moment to sit there and listen to Questlove except his speech. This is one of the highest honors of his life, and it is now all muddied, and I'm sure at the time everyone was just going to Twitter, was that real, was that not? I feel for Quest. I hope that he got to enjoy his night fully, and I'm sure that he did, but that was where my first thought went. Second of all, he owes, and I mean, he kind of said this in his speech, but his speech was pretty awful, in my opinion. I feel for the entire cast and crew of King Richard. Who watched King Richard? Oh my God, it was such a good movie. Based on Venus and Serena Williams' life, Will Smith was an incredible actor in this, did an incredible portrayal of Serena and Venus's father, Richard. It was so good. He honestly did deserve to win Best Actor for this performance. However, this entire moment was just taken away and robbed. Like, everyone just wants to turn this into some giant meme. I'm making a pop culture video about it, and so is every other news source out there right now. I really hope that the cast and crew had a great time partying last night and were really able to soak it in, and that this huge scandal slap heard around the world didn't muddy that too much for them. And let's talk about Will Smith's speech when he came up on stage. I mean, okay, so after slapping Chris Rock in the face, apparently a bunch of publicists swarmed Will Smith and Jada Pinkett sitting at their little table. We're going up to him of like, okay, here's how to handle this, like blah, blah, blah. He already had a crafted out speech that he was going to say. He had to address it. He had to change up his whole speech. That's just not the kind of thing you want to have to do 5 minutes before. Regardless of how likely you were to win and all the articles and stuff, you don't know you're gonna win. Like, that's still a really nerve-wracking moment. In my mind, I'm like, was he nervous? Was he drunk? Was he on some type of muscle relaxer? Like, I just am so shook that the pretty much family-friendly Will Smith resulted to this performance. Screaming, cursing at the top of his lungs, slapping someone, making the entire thing about him. That's, I guess, what really bothers me about this. This was wildly inappropriate, Will. I understand that you were trying to protect your wife. This is not the way to do it. Do you agree with me? Do you not agree with me? Because I really don't know. I think there's a lot of conflicting truths happening here. I also do want to quickly point out that the way that the stage was built for the Oscars this time around might have contributed to this incident. Normally at the Oscars, all of the favored winners, movies, cast, crew, they're all seated in like rows 1 through 5, so that when they're announced, they can quickly make their way to the podium and not have a lot of shuffling involved, right? Well, this time around, the Oscars opted for a more Golden Globes-esque front row situation with these little tables that, I'm sorry, I didn't really vibe with. Maybe that's just me. I did really like the on-stage set design, the lighting. I thought they did a really good job this year. I said that a few times, but because of the way that the stage was built, because Will Smith had 3 steps away from the stage, he was able to do this. He was able to have his Kanye moment, to be able to walk up on stage, throw a quick punch, and then sit back down. I still can't even believe that we're talking about this. Like, this is one of the wildest things that's happened in pop culture live events in years. And then another thing I need to point out is that Chris Rock kept on going and reading from the teleprompter after he just got smacked across the face. Say what you want about Chris Rock, that's impressive. That is years and years of media training at its finest. He was able to read the teleprompter. Chris Rock also was sitting there in his head like, this moment is not about me and Will. Someone's about to have their life changed right now. I'm about to read that someone's about to win an Oscar. I can't sit here and fight back with Will Smith on stage. I wouldn't be invited back to the Academy. Chris Rock has hosted Oscars before. It was very impressive the way that he continued on with the show. And I think that that really contributed to why a lot of people thought that this was fake and staged, because Chris Rock handled this like a champ. I personally cannot imagine that type of panic that would go through your mind during this kind of moment. Whoa, I hope that I never do either. With all of that said, I don't think that Chris Rock should have made that joke, but he is a comedian who makes his living off of making jokes that make other people uncomfortable sometimes. He is no angel. He has definitely messed up many countless times for things he has said on stage, and that's just kind of who Chris Rock is. I'm not saying that that makes it okay, but what I'm trying to say is that, Will Smith, do you need to go back to kindergarten where we all learned to use your words, not your hands? I think that was so insane, and I really believe that Will Smith messed up here big time. So as I was covering this live on my Instagram stories, follow me there if you're not, I had a lot of people DMing me being like, I cannot believe that they allowed Will Smith to stay there and go on and win Best Actor. They should have had him kicked out. And it was this thing of like, he was one of the biggest names to be favored to win this award, so I understand why they didn't, but like, I just can't imagine what the live production crew was doing at this time. Like, I wanna see the backstage footage of what everyone's like, people with headsets just like, roll the camera. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. The Academy actually released an official statement and they tweeted out, "The Academy does not condone violence of any form. Tonight we are delighted to celebrate our 94th Academy Award winners who deserve this moment of recognition from their peers and movie lovers around the world." Well, the most highlighted and liked response underneath this tweet reads, "You watched and broadcast a live assault to millions of people around the world and then awarded a man who committed said assault immediately afterwards without removing him from the building or having him arrested for the crime. That's the definition of condoning the violence." I don't know how I feel. I mean, I know how I feel, I just told you how I feel, but like, I don't think that the Academy could have kicked out Will Smith. I don't think that that would have been what they should have done. personally. Tell me if you agree or disagree with me, because I'm sure I'm gonna ruffle some feathers saying that. Also, while I'm saying that, I did read a very interesting Instagram caption today from the Skims Instagram. It said, "But the incident isn't just about the slap or how it overshadowed some of the other inspiring moments of the night. It's sparking conversations about how chronic illnesses and disabilities are treated in the media, how toxic masculinity shows up in Hollywood, and the protection or lack thereof of Black women. Here's what we do know. All of these things can be true at once." Those words really got my brain going, because they're right. So many conflicting truths can be true all at once. Some people might say, no one can take a joke anymore, everyone's so sensitive. While others might say, Chris Rock took it too far, that's not a joke that he should have made. And someone else might say, Will Smith did the right thing, he needed to protect his family right there in the moment. And then others on the opposite side would say, Will Smith is absolutely crazy for this reaction. And honestly, my answer to all of those opinions is, yep. Yes. I agree with every single one of those opinions. Like, it is so insane when you really think about it. Also, apparently, this is not the first time that Chris Rock has taken aim at Jada Pinkett Smith. After Jada Pinkett Smith decided to boycott the 2016 Oscars due to its lack of diversity, that year's host, Chris Rock, made a pretty mean joke directed at Jada, basically insinuating that she wasn't even invited. Chris Rock said, "Jada went mad. Jada said she's not even coming. Protesting. Jada boycotting the Oscars is like me boycotting Rihanna's panties. I wasn't even invited." Whoo! Yeah, so they've had a little bit of spiciness between them for a while. I just can't believe Will Smith took it to this level this time. You guys, this was absolutely insane. I was planning on doing some type of full Oscar recap video to talk about how excited I am that Coda won Best Picture. You guys all need to go see Coda. Congratulations to the cast, the crew. It was so powerful watching so much emotion through these actors without hearing their words, having everything be in sign language. It was beautiful. Congratulations to Troy Kotsur for winning Best Supporting Actor. That is just so huge. For the deaf and non-hearing community, that like show of representation, and just like to be able to watch a movie like that and feel emotions from actors without ever hearing their voices, it was just a beautiful, stunning movie. I'm obsessed with it. I'm so excited that it won Best Picture. I also want to congratulate Ariana DeBose for making history as the first queer woman of color to win an Oscar. Like, there were so many huge moments from last night. It's a little unfortunate that it's all being overshadowed by the slap heard around the world, which I'm just gonna call it that now. But I just can't believe it. I had to make this video. I want to know your guys' thoughts. Tell me what you think. What do you think the Academy should do? Should they do anything? Is Will Smith going to get work after this? Will Smith was partying last night. Chris Rock was partying last night. Like, clearly they weren't going to let it publicly ruin their night. I wonder what the red table talk about this is going to be, because this is wild. It's crazy, and I don't know what the correct answer is. I just needed to know your guys' thoughts, because this is, how many times have I said crazy? It's crazy, it's insane. I don't know, pop culture world was not expecting this at all. You know who did win? The biggest winner of last night though? The Oscars 2022. Ratings have been down. How can they get more people to watch? Something crazy like this. I mean, I know that they didn't plan this, although a lot of people in the comments I'm sure are gonna be like, this was staged, blah, blah, blah. Why was he in row 1, seat 1? I've seen it all, guys, but obviously, keep the conversation going. Let me know in the comments. Tweet me, DM me on Instagram. I gotta know your thoughts. This was nuts. This is so nuts. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video even a little bit. If you did, please remember to make sure you leave this video a like. Make sure you subscribe to this channel and my vlog channel. Bringing it back. I've got new vlogs coming at you this week. Whoo! Oh my goodness. All right, guys, I will see you in the next video. Bye.